Hey guys, it's Shelby, otherwise known as Shelbizleee here on YouTube, and I'm coming at you today with a highly requested video, and that's going to be about some stories of the times I got caught dumpster diving. And also, really quick side note, before we get into this, my aunt bought me this shirt for Christmas. Is this not the cutest thing? I think it's so dorky, but also like super cute. Alright, so let's get into it. I'm going to tell 3 different stories, and we'll go in order of like the ones that are like boring to the ones that are like funny. So the first ever time I got caught dumpster diving, I was really new to dumpster diving, and this was actually the first time I ever, and the last time I ever, went by myself. So it was Ulta, and I went around 9, which don't ever do that. I'm telling you guys right now, don't go while the store is not closed or while there's still some buzz in the shopping center. It's really not a good idea. That's how you get caught. So anyway, my girlfriend was away at work that night. I think she was getting home like super late, so I was like, I have to go check it. This was during the time where I told you guys the first like week I went every day of the week. So even if she was out of town, I was like, I have to go. So I go, and I'm just casually digging through the dumpster. And back then, I used to leave one of the lids to the dumpster open because I would get real freaked out about like being enclosed. I have claustrophobia, so being like enclosed in there really freaked me out. So I would leave one of the lids open. So I'm just casually like digging through all the stuff, pretty paranoid because this is my first time by myself. And I look up, and there's someone standing right outside the dumpster. And I'm like, you know, I just kind of froze and like lost my breath for a minute, and I go, oh, hi. It was so awkward. And he goes, hi, like very quietly though, like I'm very loud, so it's gonna be hard for me to tell this story like in a quiet voice, but like he was like, oh, hi, like very mumbly. So he was like, oh, hi, can I ask you what you're doing? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just dumpster diving. And he was like, oh, like what are you looking for? And I just said, oh, you know, like testers and samples and stuff that they throw out that like is still totally usable or whatever. And he was like, okay, so like you're not looking for any non-perishables or anything like that, right? And I was like, no, I just told you what I'm looking for. And I was like, I know it's legal, but it's kind of frowned upon, so if you want me to go, like I'll just go, whatever. And he was like, yeah, I guess you should go. And I was like, okay, so I just like, I go, can I keep the stuff I found, or do you want me to leave it? He was like, you can keep it. And I was like, okay, so I like hop out of the dumpster. I look around to see where he is, because I'm like, surely he's gonna want my license plate, my driver's license, my name, something. So I look around, and he's gone. And like where my Ulta dumpster is, there's like the trash can, like if this is where the trash can is, like this is the parking lot, and like back here is my Ulta, and there's like stairs leading up to, I think there's 2 doors here, and one's a security door and one's the Ulta door. So he was already walking up the stairs by the time I got out, and I was like, did you want me to wait for you? And he was like, no, you're good. He was like, just go. He didn't care, like he wasn't mad or like whatever. I think just as a security guard, he probably in his head was like, I should probably tell this chick to not do this. Alright, so the second story is also when I was a really new diver and didn't know anything really. I did get into like makeup dumpster diving the most at first, but then we expanded our interest beyond that and we started dumpster diving literally anywhere. So this day we decided, it was the middle of the day, and we're like, what are we gonna do today? Oh, dumpster diving, duh. So being the geniuses that we are, we're like, let's go to this outlet mall and dumpster dive in the middle of the day. Literally, it was like 4, maybe 5 o'clock in the day. We should not have been doing this, guys. Do not do this. So anyway, we're at this outlet mall, we're driving around, and we see a Nike store. And my girlfriend, if I haven't already told you guys, has a shoe problem. Check out my house tour, you'll hear me say that. Anyway, so of course we see the Nike store, of course we have to stop. So we go over to the Nike store dumpster, and there's security everywhere, you guys. I mean, like, I saw a security truck, I saw a security car, like a truck and a car, and a security on the Segway. Of course there were a ton of people, because this was, I think like late November maybe. So of course this is like height of time to be shopping for Christmas and the holidays and stuff like that. But we were like, fuck it, like dumpster diving's legal here. Like we don't have anything to worry about. We're just gonna go and do it anyway. But the truth is, even if it's legal, you don't want to get caught, because you don't want the store people knowing that you're doing it. They'll start destroying stuff more. And it's also super awkward when like pedestrians see you doing it and they're like, the fuck? Like, you don't want to do that, so don't do that. But anyway, so we go and hop into this Nike dumpster, and there's tons of shoe boxes, okay? Like a whole dumpster was full of shoe boxes. So I was like, oh, for sure there's gonna be some shoes in here, right? And you know what? I need to draw you guys a diagram so you understand what happened, because you're not gonna get it if I try to explain it to you. So hold on, here we go. Okay, so the way this place was set up was like, here's the store. this line, this is the store. Then after the store, there was the dumpster, which is right here, okay? Big D for dumpster, okay? And then there's like this wall, kind of, not like where the dumpster is, but like away from it a little bit, like there's another wall, like a brick wall right here. And then this is where all the peds are. All the peds are right here, and they're going into the store. And there's like this pathway to get to the storefront, right? Like this is how they're getting to the stores. That makes sense. So this is where the dumpster is. You can see through here. Like this is open. So the dumpster's here, and they, like pedestrian, security, anyone could see you through here if you're getting in here. So Madison's like, fuck it, I'm getting in this dumpster. I'm like, alright, I'll be the lookout. This is the first time ever I was lookout, by the way, guys. So she gets in this dumpster, I'm being the lookout, and you can walk through here. There's like, like pedestrians shouldn't be over here, but like I was, cause fuck it. So she's getting in this dumpster. I'm walking around here making sure there's no security coming and no people that can see her. I'm over here at this point. This is me. So Madison's in this dumpster. I'm over here at this point by where all the pedestrians are walking. I see security coming from this way. He's on a Segway, okay? They're serious about security over here. We should not have been doing this. So security's coming this way. I'm like, fuck, fuck, fuck. So I run over into here and I'm like, babe, don't get out. Security's passing by right now. Duck. So she ducks, okay? I go around this way to, like, as security is passing this way, I come over here to make sure he passes, so I go back and tell her, like, okay, you're clear. I see this guy with a trash can that has little rolly balls on it coming this way. So security's coming this way, this guy's coming this way. I just came out of this place and I knew it. I was like, he's gonna go throw something in that dumpster. I'm so screwed. But to get from where I was and he was, and me to beat him to that dumpster and tell her to get out before he came, it was literally impossible. It was not possible to happen. So I just calmly was like, okay, he's gonna see her. We're gonna have to hope that he's a cool kid. And I walked over here and I waited for him to go see that she was in there. So I'm standing by watching him roll his little trash can over to the dumpster, and he gets the bag to toss it in there, and he picked it up and he went, oh fuck! Y'all, I can't tell you how fucking funny it was. He has this bag of trash that he's like about to toss in there, and he threw it up, screamed, and like jumped back, and all these pedestrians over here looked over and they were like, the fuck? And I just died laughing. And he was like our age. He was probably like 25. So I walk over there and I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. Like, I was gonna try to tell her that you were coming. I was kind of thinking about telling you that she was in there, but I was like, maybe he won't see her, because she said she heard someone roll up to the dumpster, so she just like froze in the back of it where she was, and she's like, if I just stand here, maybe he won't know that I'm here. But he did. When I went up to him and be like, dude, I'm so sorry, he was like, dude, I thought she was in there. I thought she was a fucking dead body. Like, holy shit. But luckily, like I said, he was like our age and he was cool. And I was like, yeah, so we're trying out this new thing, like we're dumpster diving or whatever. And he was like, oh, you guys are doing that here? You're not gonna find anything at like retailers. Boy, if only you knew. Anyway, so he was like, yeah, but I totally used to do that like downtown when the kids get out of college, you know, I'll go check around there and I'll get tons of stuff, and like I've gotten like a $400 desk before and stuff like that. So he was super chill. He was like not mad at all, whatever. Okay, so the last story is definitely the funniest story of when I like got caught, okay? So this last story I'm going to tell you guys today is going to be about the most recent time I got caught and also the funniest time I got caught. It was maybe like a week or two ago. So I'm in this dumpster, and if you guys have been dumpster diving at all, like consistently, you'll notice that a lot of times there are leaves in the dumpster or like branches. I don't know why. I guess like whenever landscaping or whoever like does that stuff comes by, they just toss it in there, but it's in there a lot. So, but sometimes even when there are a ton of leaves and like branches and stuff, there's good shit in there, so like I'm gonna get in there anyway. So I'm in the dumpster and I step over all these like branches and stuff. I'm back in the like back right hand corner of the dumpster, and I'm digging through all this stuff because I think it was Bed Bath & Beyond, and I was finding a ton of stuff. They had like thrown out all their returns, which that's coming up soon. Anyway, so I'm in the back of the dumpster like digging through all these leaves and stuff, and something touched my back, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, it scared the shit out of me. I thought someone had touched my back. So I turn around and it's just like a branch. Like I said, there were branches in the dumpster, so I was like, okay, alright, it's just a branch, calm down. And then I move the branch so that it doesn't touch me, and something in the back left corner of the dumpster moved. Like, it starts rustling around, and I'm like, what the fuck, that's not my imagination, that's not a branch touching me, there's something in here. So I like jump up and I try to leave because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, that's fucking terrifying. I'm kind of freaking out about it right now too. Anyway, so I like, I freak out and I try to go to get out of the dumpster, and this raccoon pops out of this bunch of leaves that is in the bottom left corner of this dumpster. He pops out, looks at me, he made this very strange noise. I don't know if it was like the raccoon's noise of me being like, like if it was the raccoon version of that, I feel like it probably was. Anyway, so I was like, I need to get out of this dumpster. So I continued to try to leave the dumpster, but he was terrified that I was in there with him. So he tried to leave the dumpster too. And so we're both racing to the front of this dumpster trying to get out. He beat me to the front, and he, I guess, was too excited that he couldn't like prepare himself for the jump, so he jumped. He jumps to get out, and he only made it like halfway, like to the bet y'all didn't know I was a DJ. To like get over the lip of the dumpster to get out, he like only made it halfway, and he like banged into the fucking dumpster wall. And I felt so bad for him, you guys. I felt so bad. I didn't want to scare him, so I just stood back in my corner and waited for him to try to get out, but he couldn't. Like, he kept he was very scared, so he's like frantic about it, you know, like jumping up the wall of this dumpster now, trying to crawl himself out, and he couldn't, and I felt so bad. We ended up chasing each other around the dumpster like 4 times before I was like, dude, okay. He took his stance at the back of the dumpster, I got out, and then I left him there. Hopefully he got out. He had to have gotten in, right? So I'm sure he could get back out. I just really startled him, and he could not handle it. So that's all of the stories of the times I got caught dumpster diving. I have so many other stories of times that I got caught. I've actually, though, never been caught by an Ulta store employee, and that is like dumpster diving goals, because that's what you don't want. And I guess that's it for today's video, you guys. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, I have a Snapchat now, guys. Go do that. It's all at Shelbizleee. They're all the same. I'm lucky enough to have the same handle at all of my platforms. And I guess that's it today, you guys. I look forward to talking to you next week. And until next time, remember, create the peace.